Today I'm going to talk about Cancer Drug List, CDL, and what it means for your insurance coverage for cancer treatment in Singapore. Also, I'll be giving some pointers on what to do in light of these changes, so make sure you watch until the end of the video. In 2020, Ministry of Health conducted a review of MediShield Life, and it was found that cancer treatment cost was actually escalating at a rate of 20% per annum compounded each year, which means treatment costs will keep escalating and our premiums for our healthcare insurance will keep going up if something is not done to stop this increase. To manage this cost, Ministry of Health has created the Cancer Drug List, CDL, to state the list of approved cancer drugs that can be claimed from your MediShield, from your Medisave, as well as integrated shield plan policies. The changes have already happened to MediShield and Medisave from September 2022, and for integrated shield policies, the changes will kick in when your policy renews after the 1st of April 2023. Now, the previous situation was something like this. Help, I have cancer. Please give me some treatment. Sure, that'll be $5 zillion, please. Huh, so expensive. Don't worry at all. Just charge it all to your insurance company. After all, that's why you pay your premiums, right? Oh yeah, charge to my credit card. Then I can earn all the miles and claim back from insurance company. Previously, coverage for cancer was on an as-charged basis under integrated shield plans, which means that if your bill is very big, insurance companies will cover the cost, meaning to say that drug companies can correspondingly increase the cost of their drugs. In fact, according to MOH, we are paying more than other developed countries such as South Korea and UK. And therefore, MOH want to step in to create this CDL so that they can negotiate better prices with drug manufacturers. The theory is that cancer treatment providers will want to be on a CDL because insurance will pay for all their expensive treatment and therefore be willing to negotiate with MOH to be included on the list. Don't worry at all, just charge it all to your insurance company. After all, that's why you pay your premiums, right? No, your drug is too expensive. Huh? But you cannot claim insurance, then nobody will buy from me. Give us 30% discount, then we talk. So while one of the benefits of CDL is that MOH can step in to try to manage the cost of cancer treatment in Singapore, the downside is that certain treatments will no longer be covered. MOH mentioned that 90% of HSA approved cancer treatment will be on the list. However, that leaves 10% that will not be on the list and therefore not claimable if you are actually seeking treatment from these 10% of treatments. Just like this brain cancer patient who shared his story with Straits Times recently. I really appreciate if you can help me drop a like on this video and also subscribe to my Telegram group. It costs you nothing, but it really helps me creating more content. Thanks! Now, even if the treatment is on a CDL and you're on an integrated shield plan, what happens is that MOH has also set a cap to the amount of insurance coverage that can be paid out in such a claim. And previously it was as charged, now it's only going to be a maximum of 5 times the MediShield Life limit. The current MediShield Life cancer drug treatment limit is at $200 to $9,600 per month, depending on the cancer drug treatment. And there's also a separate item called Cancer Drug Services, which includes things like scans, blood tests, and consultations. And this has a limit of $1,200 per year. Integrated Shield Plan can only charge 5 times the MediShield limit and can no longer offer as-charged coverage. And this will apply even to older policies upon policy renewal after 1st April 2023. Weibo has this insane deal where you get 5 free shares for free and all you have to do is just fund any amount at all, and you can walk away with 5 free shares. All you have to do is sign up with this link, fund in any amount, maintain it for 30 days, and you will get 5 free shares worth up to 500 USD. What's more, you also get a trading app that offers you 0 commission, 0 platform fee, 0 settlement fee, and you can trade from as low as $5 per trade. And you also support this channel, so thank you for signing up and thank you Weibo for sponsoring this video and bringing us this excellent deal. So what are some of the things that we can do as individuals to cope with this change? The first thing we should do, if you have not already done so, is to not only buy an integrated shield plan but also a rider, because riders can actually cover non-CDL drugs up to specified limits. Plans like HSBC Life Shield and Sing Life Shield can give you up to $30,000 per month of coverage on non-CDL treatment, and therefore you can consider upgrading to these plans if you are concerned about claiming outside of the CDL. Although take note, this is not an endorsement of these plans. And as usual, this is not personal financial advice, but for general knowledge only, please consult a qualified financial advisor if you have specific questions relating to your insurance coverage. Because the cost of such riders are payable in cash and not Medisave, they have less stringent regulations, so they can still cover non-CDL treatment but up to specified limits. Do check with your insurance plan how much is covered. The last thing I think you should do is to give up such plans or not buy such plans because you think that, hey, cancer coverage has gone down, why even bother? Because these plans do cover us for other things that can happen to us medically speaking, and we shouldn't throw the baby out with the bathwater and say, okay, cancer coverage is going down, let me terminate my insurance plan. The next thing we can do is to review our critical illness coverage to see whether or not we have enough coverage for critical illnesses, which include cancer. Given that shield plans are now going to reduce in coverage for cancer, we actually need a little bit more coverage from critical illness such that if cancer does happen, we have a buffer amount to cope with things like a non-CDL treatment or a CDL treatment that exceeds the limits of our integrated shield policies. And yes, if you don't have enough critical illness coverage, I think now is a good time to start thinking of getting more. And yeah, buying insurance is not something that's fun, but if you pick the right kind of insurance and don't go for things like ILP or whole life policies, you should do fine within a certain budget. Just pick sensible value for money plans and you should do fine with a small amount of budget, but still don't scream where it's necessary. Critical illness coverage is something very, very important. So do check out my insurance webinar for more details. Also, if we, knock on wood, get cancer, we should also consider going to restructured hospitals rather than private hospitals because of the cost difference between these two. Treatment at private hospitals has been costing so much more in the past decade or so that premiums for private hospitalization coverage has been going through the roof, and therefore, personally speaking, I think I will always go to a restructured hospital where possible. I don't even dare to go to a private hospital because I think the cost will kill me faster than the disease. But of course, this is pretty subjective. Some people think that private hospitals give much greater quality of care, but I've been to a restructured hospital before. I think they're fairly okay. But of course, again, very subjective thing. So if you do want to go to a private hospital, make sure you're on private hospitalization coverage, obviously. For the rest of us, I think it's more prudent to go to a restructured hospital. Finally, I think that we should consider increasing the size of our emergency reserves. Previously, I think most people would say that about 6 months of expenses is enough, but I would personally increase it to 12 months just to be a bit more conservative. Things are a little bit more turbulent these years, so I would prefer to have a larger reserve to tie me across things like losing my income sources, getting into a serious illness or accident. Yeah, things like this do happen. And I am fairly conservative, so I prefer having more cash on hand. And of course, continue to save and invest to prepare for the future because the cost of such treatment is only going to keep going up. And we really do need to put aside funds to build our reserves for future contingencies. Now, if you like my content, do subscribe to my Telegram group for more content and great deals. Also, check out this video of my insurance webinar and this video which YouTube thinks you will really enjoy, and see you in those videos. No, your drug is too expensive.